Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel and welcome to Kona. Now if you don't know what Kona is, then you can check it out on my other channel, the Electric Gamer UK, where we played up to 4 episodes of this game because it was in early access. However, the game did release about 3 days ago on Steam, and I'm super excited to bring you the full gameplay on our new channel, EBUK. So without further ado, let's go ahead and we'll have a quick look at the options just so you guys know what to expect. Graphics wise, we're playing on custom. We've got a fairly wide field of view at 70. I wonder if I can set this to maybe a bit higher. We'll go with 75 for now. I'm going to leave pretty much everything else as it is. I might turn the audio, the music down ever so slightly loud. There we go, that's probably better. Okay, without further ado then we'll jump into the game. This is set in the 60s, I think it is, in Canada, and we are a private detective sent up to the wild wilderness of the north part of Canada. I think it's Quebec. And we're here to try and find out what's going on in relation to some weird happenings. So without further ado, let's jump in. We'll go ahead and create a new save. Okay, so we're northern Quebec in the 70s, sorry, not the 60s.
Carl
so October
Faubert sought
1970.
information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
I say, should he really have thrown his cigarette out?
Now wasn't a good time to wander about.
Oh, okay.
Hamilton was still out there.
So we're northern Quebec,
They had
we're
set up
driving
to
along.
meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
And you saw that strange flame signal come up in the top left-hand corner. That means that we're in the warm. You're soon going to find out why we need to be in the warm. And we're going to be coming up to a roadblock here.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
I've certainly seen that in America. And in Iceland,
Hamilton
actually.
never mentioned a road blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it.
Okay, well, he hasn't waited long enough at all. We've only just got here. So we need to break this lock off, and we need to find something in order to do that. We'll have a quick look here. There's a rock, which isn't really doing anything. We're at some sort of rest stop area. Let's try the phone.
Hamilton no doubt knew who managed the barrier. Carl wanted to give him a call, but that would have been too easy though, as sure enough the line was acting up.
Okay, here we have a flyer that we've picked off of the wall. It's just about walking in the wilderness. We've got some wolves, caribous, bears, partridges, foxes, snowy owls, hordes of other majestic creatures. We are going to meet some wolves in a future episode. don't think we can look at the map, but anyway, this is the entire map that we're going to have access to in the world of Kona. And the game started ever so slightly differently to the last time that we played through, certainly on the other channel. We were sat down smoking previously. We need bottles for water. And let's go up into the fire lookout. It's just like Firewatch, this is all over again. What an awesome game that was. Really short, but yeah, really good. If you guys haven't seen it, then you can check out Firewatch. I'll probably put a link into the description so you can see it on my other channel. Really good game. Okay, so we have some matches, or a fire starter, and we've got a lockpick. Or some bolt croppers, sorry, not a lockpick. We can jump. I think we can sprint. Yes, we can. So the controls are the usual: W, A, S and D. E is to select stuff. We can press tab, I think was our for our inventory. No, it wasn't. We can press shift for run and space for jumping.
Still not a soul in sight. There was no point in waiting any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself. Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business.
Certainly is. So let's just have one last scout around just to make sure we haven't missed anything new. Don't think we're going to. There isn't really much in this area that we potentially would need to be keeping an eye out for. So the plan is we're going to try and whip through this game as quickly as possible. I know I've said that with Horizon, but I've had a few technical issues with recording that game, so hence the reason we're on to Kona. We're back onto the good old system that I've been using to record most of my PC games, and with Horizon I'm recording now on PS4, so I've got a few issues with that. We will be back to it as soon as possible, but the plan is to whip through Kona, certainly up to the point I've been previously, and hopefully we get to explore some new areas that I haven't seen
Hamilton
previously.
enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here. The local populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him. Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
No, I was going to step out and have a look at that trailer, but we can't. So onwards and upwards, we'll carry on to the general store. So here we can have a look at our map, and we can kind of swing around. So we're nearly at the turn-off. We want to go all the way up to... oh no, we're all the way down there, look. We're near Mansion Stud, or Manastan Stud. Manastan Stud, yeah. And we've got to go up towards the turn-off here, so... which is where... can also press M for map as well. So we've got to go all the way up to the general store. The radio's died on us. Well, that's new.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
Well guys, I'm literally sat here with my mouth open, wondering what the hell just happened, because this is all new. This didn't happen previously, so looks like they've crashed into the bridge and
The
we can't now
driver
get
had
back.
taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help. It was a small, locked box engraved with the letters WH. Carl thought about taking it. Nothing was to be left to chance. Scratches did not stop Carl. His mother would be so proud.
Okay, we've got a first aid kit there, good. We do, however, need to get back into the car. As you can see, the screen's kind of freezing up on us.
His last hope was to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it.
Okay, well we can't go that way, so we're going to have to go this way. And we're down to South Atamipek, and we found a small shed.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Okay, well let's get in quick. Looks like some sort of hunting lodge, maybe. Okay, we need a log. Which we can probably get from outside.
Carl couldn't give up. Surely something in there could be useful.
Well, let's warm up first, Carl. Okay, so now we can see our brain power's going up and our heat is going back up. Let's shut that door. We want the light on. And this is all totally new. I'm really, really shocked, guys. I'm amazed. They've completely changed the start of the game. Obviously, the mechanics and stuff is all the same, but let's see if we've got anything in here that we can use. There's a fair amount that we probably could. There's a couple of blankets and stuff, but we don't appear to want to use them.
Even better than he had
Some
hoped.
chains.
Carl Faubert had succeeded once more and was now on his way to new adventures.
Do you think we can use the chain to perhaps move the car? Yes, I reckon we probably can. Before we do that, let's have a look at our inventory. We've got a photo of Isabel. Is there anything on the back?
Such heart-wrenching Nordic poetry that was. But Carl didn't care much about flowery language.
We had a first aid kit somewhere. The chains, we put them around the car, of course, then we can not wheel spin. Consumable might be the first aid kit, let's use that. We've used it, okay, so we can now see our first aid symbol in the top left has gone up. Okay, I think we're good to go, guys. Let's run back outside. Let's have a quick look around here, because there was another lookout tower. You can see that we're going down in temperature now. We'll just make sure that there's nothing up here that we kind of need. Doesn't look like there is. Is there anything else here? Again, doesn't look like it. We could start that fire if we wanted to. I'm not going to though, because we've got one just inside. And we'll just warm up so that symbol disappears. And let's run back out. Can we get some more logs? I think we can. Yes. Now we'll run back to the car. We'll put the chains on. And then, all being well, we'll be back in the warm anyway. do I need to do the same on the other side? No, looks like that's worked. We could deposit something. No, I'm not going to do that yet. We could do that in the old version, where we could leave a couple of logs and stuff in the back. What I might do is just drive through to... Okay, slow down. Let's drive back down to here. We'll pick up some logs to use.
Now wasn't a good time to wander
come
about.
on.
Hamilton was still out there.
So one of the big questions is where all this snow came from, because we weren't expecting it. And what happened to that other driver? Why did they run off? Well, I am sure we're going to find out. We're going to go onwards to the general store, and we'll see if that's changed as well from the initial version that we played on early access all those months ago. I literally can't see anything. I'm assuming we go here. I'm trying to follow this fence on the left. It's a complete whiteout, isn't it? Here we go. So we're now in the
Spread out on a few
region.
acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
Snowdrift.
The truck was running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Oh yes, we need to get petrol as well. Tree down across the road, and we're into the general store. We need to fill up the fuel. We probably need to turn the pumps on like we did in the previous episode.
The pumps wouldn't surrender their divine nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the store. A milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit. A milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. Still got that bug
where
the fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
Where it kind of repeats stuff.
Something fell to the bottom of the box.
So how do we get in there then? Something tells me we were probably not. Oh dear, there's someone dead this time.
Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close. That the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
We can take photos, I remember this. So we can get a photo of the dead bloke. Yep, we'll keep that. Right, we need to turn the pump on. And this was some... Ah, it was on already.
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
Yep, no, we can't do that because I can't remember how to use that just yet. Okay.
Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general store. That made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
Okay, this is a note from Gilles, or Gilles. You know what, Hamilton? I have a frog in my throat. And when people have a frog in their throat, they do not take risks by going to work. Customers could catch it, right? I'm a wise man. Not to worry, I'll have a nice doctor's note, which is I'm going to get right now. Sadly, in the meantime, I'll have to close down the shop, unless you would like to come fill in for me. I wouldn't dare advise you. After all, you must know how it's done since it's yours now. Kind regards, your dedicated manager, Gilles. Okay, can we turn that on? No, because the power's out. No, 4 must be our torch. Okay, let's go and try and turn the power back on. A broken clock, how can go? Okay, I thought that was actually something that we're going to be able to use.
The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time. The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
Okay, well, we need to figure out what's going on. There's the wolves.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears? Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
There we go, there's the problem. So we need some duct tape and some pliers by the looks of it. That looks like our big gas tank. And we have a draft letter. Let it be known you're nothing more than a brigand.
Hate was in the air. Seems like some villagers barely tolerated each other.
Torn paper. Strange. We want to get into the thingy here, because I think this is where we're going to find the bits that we need. Hopefully. No, we need a key for that. Let's go back into the store.
Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him?
Quite. Let's have a look at this. We've got an envelope with probably a letter in.
What could be inside that envelope? Carl was taken aback. He knew this address. It was said to be the address of the P.O. box for the Canadian Secret Service.
The place is a mess. Yes, you're right, Carl.
A radiator without power is as good as a wood stove without logs.
Well, let's keep hunting around. There's going to be more clues in here somewhere. Okay, pickles. We've eaten too many of them in Korea.
Amateur hunters showing some pride at having killed a nice pelted beast. With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought. A nice picture of the Magasin La Chance store, seemingly taken the day it was first opened. It feels frozen in time, from an era long forgotten. Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already.
Ah, right, okay, so we have the post office. But some of these appear to be locked. Cash register instructions. To open the cash register, punch the price. 2 numbers minimum. Press sale. Turn the crank 2 times. Punch the machine if it doesn't work. That sounds like a good plan. Let's inspect that. A secretary wouldn't be luxury in here. Okay. And we've got another flyer. I think we saw this one previously. No, this is another new one. I wonder if the key is in the cash register. Maybe it is. Let's try it. Okay, there is a key in there. 1 post key. Let's close that over so no one steals the money. I've just noticed we can move the ladder. Although I don't actually think we can get anything with the ladder. Maybe we can just... Oh, we can just get behind it, that's why. So we've got another first aid kit. Let's try the post key over here and just see if that unlocks something. Do you know what? I don't think it is going to. So I reckon outside again. And the key is going to unlock the garage. Do I have to use something like this from my inventory? No. How strange. Oh, what's this?
Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first.
So we've got a new journal entry there because of the ice on the ground. We're going to have to try and figure that out. There's got to be something else locked in here that we need access to. Ah. Seeds by the looks of it. Yes, good. We need the duct tape. We've got some more credit.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Ah, the garage key. Good. Don't think we can get into that one, or that one, or that one. So, the post key. I don't know where that's going to... Oh, it's going to take us to the post box outside the front. Well, let's get the garage sorted first and get some pliers. And then hopefully we can gain access to the other bits and pieces we need to. We've got some hardware, whatever that's going to be for. Pliers, good. Got a load of spanners in there. We don't want to turn the radio on. Oh, we thought we would anyway. At least we know it's fragile. Yes, we do. We've got a strange block of wood that's fallen over the car.
The crowbar
Yes.
was stuck under the lift. Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his
Nope.
skill set
Okay,
yet.
well, we're going to go back to the front here. Let's use the post key to unlock the bottom part. And we've got a handgun.
The murder weapon.
Ah, the murder weapon, of course.
What was that doing there, Carl wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key.
Oh, I wonder.
Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent, who would receive the box later on.
So, I've just had a thought.
Clever, but not enough. That's what happens to ordinary people playing spy.
I've just had a thought, and I think the car that crashed into us is the murderer. So that's the murderer's car. We've just unlocked this. The letter that was found in his car says, it's as a citizen of Her Majesty and the free economic changes of the world, I must address what follows to the proper authorities. The worst is happening at this very moment. I cannot write at length, but I am requesting immediate help from my country. I believe the free world is in grave danger.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes
A
anymore.
member of my community, the Honourable. Sinister. Right, let's get this electric on, because we can now repair that. If we get that on, we can get the heat on. Ah, okay, we've got the generator on. So why was that not running? Oh, we need to turn it on. There we go. Come on, shut the door. Okay, let's kill that music, and I think we're nearly done here. We're going to go ahead and call it quits on this episode, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed Kona. If you have, then please show your appreciation by using that like button or the thumbs up, whatever you are knowing that button to be called at your end. And that then lets me know that you guys want to see more of Kona. Hopefully I will catch up with you guys in the next episode, which will be along in a day, I reckon. We're probably going to go ahead and record the next episode straight off the bat here anyway. So, all being well, I'll see you in about a day for episode 2. We're going to refuel our car, and we're going to find out what the hell's going on in this little province up in Canada. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.